Hi, my name is Kimberly from Zeeman Development. Today I want to show you a brand new feature for Chimpegration Cloud, which allows you to export constituent information from NXT directly into Mailchimp groups. So that means you can update mailing preferences, you can update interests and any other groups that you have set up on Mailchimp based on the information you've got in Razor's Edge. So let's take a look at what I'm talking about. So if we have a look at my record on NXT, we can see that I've got a custom field here, which is that I'm interested in mentoring and I'm interested in networking. And we could use a custom field, we could use a solicit code, we can use a constituent code, and we can use a consent record. So we're going to have a look at the custom fields now, but all of those others are available too. In Mailchimp, we can see my record here, and we can see that I've got send me information about special events. So these are the interests is my send information about groups. So I want to match those up and push the updated information from Razor's Edge out into Mailchimp. Now, for the purposes of this demonstration, I'm using Razor's Edge as my ultimate source of truth for all data. So I'm just going to be updating what's in Mailchimp and I'm going to overwrite what's in there with what I've got in Razor's Edge. So let's go back to Chimpegration Cloud. It's worth mentioning at this point that using this group export, we can only update existing records in our audience. We can't add new people. So I've run a current member export first, and that will allow me to update the people within that audience. So we click on the plus in the bottom right, we select export to Mailchimp, and now we've got two options, the regular export or the group export. And I'm going to edit an existing one as we ordinarily do. So we can do this on an ad hoc or on a scheduled basis. If you've got multiple different areas of Razor's Edge going into multiple different groups in Mailchimp, then you may need to set up more than one to be running on a scheduled basis to make sure your information is always up to date before every mailing. We choose the NXT list to bring information from and the area we want to export to Mailchimp. So as I mentioned, I've got a custom field, but you could choose from any of these other options too. We choose the audience we want to work with. So I've got a demo list here, and then we select the group within that audience. So I'm going to use the send me information about group. I can match on email or constituent ID as we ordinarily do in Chimpegration. And now I've got two options in the tabs here. So the group item mapping is how I add groups to my Mailchimp groups, and the item removal is where I remove groups based on Razor's Edge data. So we can see the Mailchimp group items on the left here. If we click on add, we can choose the custom field category. So I've got my interest category and the value. So special events, I can match to special events. And we can do that with every single item, so we're ready to go. So now we've got all of those mapped, we can go to the group item removal. So what we're doing here is kind of the opposite of what we were doing before. We're saying that if Razor's Edge records no longer have this attribute or custom field, we want to remove this group item. So we map it in exactly the same way. We choose the appropriate interest group and we click save. Once we've mapped all the fields and we're happy, we can select done. And that information will get exported to Mailchimp. Okay, so we can see the report on the dashboard here. Let's take a look at the details. We can see the records, any that have had an error and those that we've exported and updated. If we now go to my record in Mailchimp, we can see that this record now has the mentoring, volunteering and network options in this group, but it no longer has the special events one. So we've updated what's been added there. So in this way, we can keep up to date all of the different groups that we've got in Mailchimp in order to inform our mailings and personalize the details that we send out. I hope that's useful. Thanks for listening.